The terrifying tale of the werewolf of Blackwood Forest. In the small isolated town of Blackwood, nestled deep within the heart of a dense ancient forest, a sinister legend had plagued the inhabitants for centuries. The townsfolk whispered stories of a creature that roamed the woods under the eerie glow of the full moon. This creature was said to be a werewolf, a monstrous half-man, half-wolf, cursed to roam the earth in search of blood. But the question remained, are werewolves real? Many in Blackwood believed fervently in the existence of the werewolf, citing centuries-old accounts of blood-curdling screams and terrifying encounters deep within the forest. Among the most infamous tales was that of Elias Bain, a local farmer who had ventured into the woods on a moonlit night and had never returned. Elias Bain's disappearance had left the townsfolk in a state of dread and suspicion. Rumors swirled that he had encountered the dreaded werewolf, but without any concrete evidence, the truth remained elusive. Fear had settled over Blackwood like a shroud, and the forest became a place few dared to tread after nightfall. One crisp autumn evening, as the full moon loomed ominously in the sky, a group of curious and fearless young men decided to unravel the mystery once and for all. Armed with torches, they ventured deep into Blackwood Forest, determined to prove or disprove the existence of the werewolf. As the night grew darker, the eerie silence was broken only by the rustling of leaves and the faint hooting of owls. The moonlight filtered through the thick canopy of trees, casting eerie shadows on the forest floor. It was then that the group of men heard it, a low, guttural growl that sent shivers down their spines. Panicked, they spun around to see a monstrous figure emerging from the shadows. It was a creature half man and half wolf, with gnarled claws and glowing yellow eyes. The men's torches revealed a gruesome sight, a creature covered in matted fur, its mouth frothing with hunger and its eyes filled with malevolence. Paralyzed by terror, the men could only watch in horror as the werewolf lunged at them, its claws slashing through the night air. In the chaotic struggle that followed, one of the men was bitten, a curse that would bind him to the creature's fate forever. They fled the forest, leaving behind the monster they had encountered. When they returned to Blackwood, they were met with disbelief and skepticism. The townsfolk refused to accept their story, chalking it up to wild imaginations fueled by superstition and fear. But the man who had been bitten by the werewolf began to change. His body transformed under the full moon, and he felt an insatiable hunger for human flesh. The curse of the werewolf had become his own, and he became a harbinger of terror, stalking the forest and the town alike. In Blackwood, the question of whether werewolves were real had been answered in the most horrifying way imaginable. The legend that had haunted the town for centuries had become a terrifying reality, a living nightmare that would forever haunt the souls of those who dared to venture into the moonlit shadows of Blackwood Forest.